Hi, and welcome back to the Christelle Project. And in today's video, I'm gonna share, I don't know how many, but I'm going to share a few things that I've learned in January 2024. That pause was because I have learned a lot. It has been just 1 month, but I have learned so much. First thing I've learned is that I thought I knew what resting was, and I'm definitely gonna touch up on another video very soon. But January has taught me that when you're tired, there's a certain type of rest that you should have. But when you're exhausted, it's just something completely different. You have to manage it differently. Um, yeah, it has. It's as if I was slapped in the face because I know that last year I've mentioned rest a couple of times in my videos, but I thought I had it all figured out. And that's one thing about me though. When I'm in one season and I figure something out and something different or similar occurs in another season, I'm like, oh, bet I know how to do this. No, no, baby, you don't. You don't. Whatever you thought you knew, scratch that. You don't know. And so I had to learn how to rest, and it was extremely hard because my body is as if my body was naturally going to that way, but my mind was still like, what's going on? I was still like, I wasn't really cooperating, but then I was. Like in my mind, I wasn't, and that's why I wasn't really resting. But my body was my body was laid up. My body was completely laid up. Um, yeah. Another thing I've learned in the month of January is how God doesn't play about. Boom. I want to say about me, which is but I mean, you know, I'm not used to I'm not used to losing people in January. I'm not used to having to cut people off in January. I'm not used to having to cut certain places off in January because it's like it's a new year, it's a new month, it's a new thing, it's a new beginning for everyone. So for me, the way I see January in my mind, okay, it's like, oh, the year, the month, the time where you add things. You have a whole list of the things you want to do this year. You have a whole routine. You have this, you have that, you have so many things. And I've been subtracted. I've been subtracted. People, places, things. And I was like, oh, the thing is, it made sense. But it's not about it making sense. It's about it happening in January that showed me how serious this year was. Comes to another point, like what I've learned is how serious I should take my life, how serious I should take my project, but also how serious I should take rest. I keep putting an emphasis on resting, but it you yeah. Another thing that I've learned in the month of January is whatever boundary I thought I had, or whatever agreement I had with myself about certain things, it's as if 2023 was thrown in the trash and I had to learn everything back again because everything back again was testing me and testing my boundaries. And I have never been so serious in my life about boundaries, saying no, cutting people off. I am a big and firm believer that some people will disrespect whatever, they will violate whatever boundary you put them. You can even put them a little bit in the back, or you can, there are certain things, but some will still push your buttons, and that's why you got to cut them off. I'm in every single way, shapes, and form an advocate in cutting people off. Yeah. And it's not something new, it's never going to be something old. um and it's never going to be something new. Yes. Another thing I've learned in January, time is very important. The way you spend time, like, don't overdo it. Don't overplan things. Don't crowd your, people. For me, the way I see people that have those packed schedules and no time to just breathe a little, I see them as people that don't like quiet time and just just quietness. Is that a word? Silence. Yes. I see. Okay, I'm not judging. I'm just saying that if you're someone, for example, that um cannot be in silence, then you know something right. I'm not going to tell you what it is because most of the times people actually know that they have an issue. They're just fine with it, or they're surrounded by people that accept the way that they are and people that don't call them out. One thing about me is that I will call you out respectfully, though, like really respectfully, like as a friend. You know, I feel like it's really important to have people around you that knows how to correct you, that knows how to advise you, that knows how to guide you, that affirm you in the things that you do, but that also know um, when you're going too far. Yeah. Um, Another thing I've learned last month. Last month I've learned so many things. We're in the month of February right now, and it's a beautiful month. Oh yes, I would say to slow down. I've learned to slow down. I've definitely learned to slow down, and that's definitely tied to resting. But I've learned to slow down. Yes, to slow down. Um, yes, life is serious, but sometimes it's not that serious. And I'm not saying do not take your life. Don't take it for granted, but sometimes you just need a nap. You're being cranky, you're being this, you're being that. Sometimes you just need a nap. Just take the nap. Just take the nap. I'm being dead serious. I'm actually being dead serious. You don't want your body to tell you when it's too late. Because one thing I'm not gonna have is regrets. One thing I'm not gonna have is regrets. Mm-mm. We're not doing that. We're not doing this here. We're fully owning everything. You know what? Let me say something else. Something that I've learned um, last month is that I want to be around the right people. And if the right people is three, then so be it. I have seen how valuable time is. The right people, it's just gonna be ease of mind. You're gonna have peace, you're gonna have joy, and you're really going to feel loved when you're surrounded by the right people. You're not gonna feel forced, okay, because they will know you, they will know how you are. And it just feels good to know that you're finally, I mean, I'm talking about me. It just feels good to finally know that I'm surrounded by the people that I'm supposed to be surrounded with. It took me a couple of years of cutting people off. And when I say cutting people off, it's not just for pleasure, it's because I have seen things, I have heard things, I have known things, and I still know things, okay, that are very valid for that person to not be around anymore. Whether that came from me knowing or especially from God showing me. One thing I don't like, okay, let me not say don't like, but one thing that I have sometimes a hard time is when things I get things revealed to me through dreams. But those I'm talking about very specific things, not all dreams, but things that really break my heart. I'm like, oh, I actually have to talk to God. Like, Lord, why? And I was so sick and tired of questioning my my myself because of the wrong people that I had around me. And I'm talking about the wrong kind of questioning. I'm talking about it. I'm not talking about the cube reflection. I'm really talking about that guilt and blaming and all that I did for them to still do certain things. But I'm not here to trash people at all. I'm just saying that, first of all, misery loves company. Misery loves company. May that be a word for someone. But also, you shouldn't want to be surrounded by too many people. I'm telling you right now, especially if you have a big mouth. If you have a big mouth, that should be your prayer point. Lord, help me shut up. Oh yeah, that was a point. If that can even be the first point, if that can be even the first point of what I've learned last month, is to shut up. No, I thought I had it all figured out. I'm not gonna lie, I've been prideful. Sometimes you're the one causing certain situation that you're going through because you open up your mouth. And it's not even that you open up your mouth to the wrong people. You open up your mouth prematurely. Don't do that. Don't do that. These are the things that I've learned last month, sorry. And I'm excited to know. Well, have I already learned certain things this month? Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. I'm excited for this month. What have I learned video. It's yeah, it's probably gonna be a little bit similar, because we're the first days of February. But honey, sugar, we ought to do better. We really ought to do better. Yeah, these are the things that I've learned personally, amongst other. But I just want to keep it a little bit short. But yeah, if you have liked this message, make sure to support it the right way, by liking, commenting, subscribing, and sharing it to loved ones. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.